I don't have any records.
Because I was able to stay with my grandma,
Hmm.
so I didn't need to go to a shelter.
I see. Okay. All right. Um, have you ever been on depression medicine?
Yeah, they suggested it.
But did you ever take it?
Not long enough. They said you gotta take that stuff for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, you got to take it for a year. That's the way it works. Because depression messes up the brain and it's not an easy fix. So you got to take these pills, these chemicals that
And there's not a more natural way to get rid of depression than that.
not when you're that depressed. I mean, when you're depressed to the point where, you think of killing yourself, that needs medicines. There's not, natural stuff just isn't strong enough.
But I don't think of killing myself.
Well, your depression score is really high. You need pharmaceutical medicines,
Do I actually need pharmaceutical medications?
Yeah, prescription. That's what we're talking about.
So what happened to the people that were depressed that were before they had pharmaceutical medicines?
Oh,
How did they
they
get
usually
through?
ended up killing themselves because we didn't have any good
What's the
treatment for
ratio
them.
for that? Is it 100%? Did
No,
100% of them kill themselves?
no, of course not.
So there's obviously a way to be able to
Sometimes,
counteract that.
well, sometimes you could deal with it with behavioral therapy. Talking.
Right.
You've seen the psychiatrist talking to the patient on the couch,
Exactly.
but that's tough.
They didn't have couches back then.
That's really a tough thing to do. So I would recommend that we start something to help you rewire the brain so it's not
So your advice would be to be on to put me on medication, right?
a pill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once a day. They're very safe. They're not addicting, and they can help you.
What happens throughout that first 2 or 3 weeks and stuff like that when you're because that's how long it takes usually, right? For it to start
It
like
starts
working.
working pretty quick, but you don't change any dosages or anything for 3 weeks
Okay.
because you gotta let it build up in your bloodstream.
All right. So after that happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to do in those 2 3 weeks? What if I wanted to still, like, theoretically speaking, what if I wanted to kill myself?
Oh, you need to get in a psychiatric place.
So how would I be able to get into a place like that?
You would go to the emergency room and they would admit you to the psychiatry. And there they watch you so you don't hurt yourself. They give you medications a lot faster than as an outpatient. And then, just talking to you and making sure you're okay, then you could get out when you're better.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you would do if things were that bad.
And you can't do that from here right now?
I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't admit somebody to the psychiatry service.
So basically, my grandma, she wasted her money because what my problem is something that's a little bit beyond or different than what you deal with.
I don't know. I mean,
because you can't admit me anywhere, so she basically pays $100 for you to just tell me that I need to go to the ER.
If you feel like hurting yourself, sure.
Or if I don't feel like hurting myself, which I told you that I don't.
Then we can start some medications and do it a little bit slower. And then have you see psychiatry.
What kind of medication are you authorized to give me?
I can write you...
Because you're not a psychiatrist, so you can't give me depression medication.
Sure I can.
You can?
Yeah. I write for... I got a lot of patients that are depressed.
So basically, you're going to give me a prescription today.
Right. To help you start healing, from the depression.
And I don't have any money to be able to get this.
They have generic medicines now that you can get 30 pills for like $10.
Okay. So with the prescription, basically, I go to whatever pharmacy and stuff like that, and I pay for the prescription, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the prescription that you write down gives me the access to it, because you know what I'm saying, basically, because since you wrote it down, I show them that, right?
The prescription. Well, I'm going to send it straight to the pharmacy. You go to the pharmacy, you pick it up, and start taking it tonight.
But you can't put me in a rehab place, right? You can't put me in a rehab.
No, psychiatrist has to do that.
And you can't. Okay, so all right, I understand.
Yeah, I could give you some referrals to get that going if you need to be in an inpatient place.
So
but definitely, you need to see a psychiatrist, number one, because you have that dual diagnosis.
Right.
Right.
So somebody can narrow down. You know what I'm saying? It needs a expert to narrow down like exactly what the issue is.
What the right treatment is.
Because with a dual diagnosis and stuff like that,
well, you got to get off the alcohol.
One.
And some people need to be inpatient for that.
That's what we thought, inpatient.
Right.
So that'll take time, though, right?
Maybe not. Let me go. Let me talk to the nurse and see what resources I can let you give to you, I guess.
Okay.
But again, I can't admit you to a rehab place because again, that needs psychiatry to do that.
Okay.
So I don't think your grandma wasted any money. You need to talk to somebody. Either that or you just hang out. Things getting worse, right?
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Okay.
All right.